Scott Russell, let's talk about when life implodes. And the horrid thing about when life starts changing, going bad, is we can look at it and go, I'm at the bottom, I can't take any more. And usually you can. You take 10 steps past that. And really only God knows when it's enough. And we don't enjoy those processes, but I just want to share a few principles that may help as life changes for many of us. And one of the things is when I remember when life collapsed on me and things were pretty intense. Somebody said to me once that it was like, oh, you'll get back to where you were. You know, it's almost like your mind melts, you know, and a breakdown of sorts, really. And someone was like, oh, you'll get back to where you were. And I remember the voice that I know to be God saying to me, Scott, this is an opportunity for you to be anything you want to be. And sometimes life hands us the opportunity to change. And if we don't take that opportunity takes us. And I find that when life throws you those things that are so far out of the ordinary that we collapse, and it can be so intense that and some of you will understand what I'm saying here, and I'm not saying it for any purpose other than to just help you relate. You can get to that where your bottom is different to mine. I mean, not your bottom. I mean, we've all got different bottoms, but you know what I mean. But the bottom of your life is, it's all different. But you can get to a point in your life it almost hurts to breathe, and it can sound melodramatic, but life can be so collapsed and so destroyed on you that you literally are going hour to hour, moment to moment, then it moves to hour, day to day, and 2 days to 2 days, and then it'll go backwards to 1 day, and then, and it's a heck of a slow process to claw out of that, and can be. And I mean, I walked it with the divine, with God, the Father in my life, God the Father, but you still have to walk it. And pain will take its journey through you, and you'll take your journey through pain. And I think often we don't. For me, the experiences I'd had, I knew I didn't want to empower off the pain. So I didn't want unforgiveness, anger, those sort of things to empower me. And it's very easy to do, because if you allow that to happen, it changes who you are, but it doesn't change you, and you'll never love again. And I kind of felt like God was, again, the voice I knew to be God, the movement in me of God, saying to me, Scott, you're going to have to trust me. One day the pain will go, but you've got to let it do its thing. You've got to give forgiveness. Because he said, otherwise you'll never love again. You'll become a machine on the inside. So pain broke me. And it was a journey. And there was one day, just bit by bit, I remember waking up one day and things had changed. I could see freedom in a different way in my life. And when you've walked to such a way that everything's been stripped from you, everything that's the bottom level of your life, and you've had to find a way to keep going, there's so many things that invite you, you know, fall into the arms of another woman. People say, oh, if you're hurting, just pick up another woman and, you know, sleep with her and that'll be over. And it wasn't just the loss of my marriage. There was a bunch of other things around that. But I determined not to do that. I am not going to Band-Aid fix this. I'm going to take the journey and I'm going to purge and purify and let this redefine me. This is my opportunity to become whoever I want to be. And now as I look back, I thank God for that, because, you know, there was a time where I was in the victim thinking, and then the victim thinking changed to where I realized that if I think like a victim, even when I am a victim, I'll never be free. And so I realized then, it was a moment of just a pivotal moment in life that came where I realized that I can, no matter what life throws at me, I can stand. And I can make a way, and I can do it. And it's not that I'm going, me and me only. No, there's a heart's cry to be with others, or with another who's walking in whatever, but walking in the beauty of who they are. But I just know that that journey is very traumatic. I can understand why people turn to alcohol, drugs, sex, all the rest of it, because to medicate the pain just so you get a break. But it's not really the way to go. And so as some of you, some of us, are looking down the barrel of major changes in life, fasten your seatbelt, talk to God. You still got to walk it, but He'll walk it with you. And surrender, forgive. You know, I would walk daily, sometimes multiple times a day, empty, just saying, God, I forgive. God, take that from me. God, I'm not going to be angry here. God. And it was a slow process, but you can do it. So no matter what you're looking at losing, you think it's the end and you think you can't go on. Instead of seeing it as a loss, why don't you see it as a gaining? Why don't you see it as an invitation to a new life, an invitation to a reset, an invitation to be anything you want to be. Anything you want to be. And there was people that came around my life, not in a relationship, an intimate relationship, but people that came around my life that just loved me, friends. And they didn't give me advice, they just sat in the hole with me and just sat there. And I remember looking, what are you doing here? And they were just people that wanted to be near me because they could see I needed it. You're going to have people that will sit with you with no advice. They just want to be with you because you're precious. And you might ramble and rant and rave and they'll just look at you and smile and reassure you that they love you. Unconditional love. And to me, in me, that birthed a desire for unconditional love. I never want to be in a relationship where I earn the position to be there. In fact, it's sort of, for me, it's almost playing hard to want. Why would somebody want me? Because maybe that's a little bit of an overhang from this, but I look at it and go, I want a heart to merge in love. People that understand that love can create anything, because I was there and you'll be there if you allow it to happen in your life. And once love's there and somebody's with you just because they love you, just because, there's no, what do they love about you? They just love you. There's no, you can't really put words on it. It's just somebody that's special. And when that is there, and you let go and you trust that, which is difficult because, you know, I had people around my life that I was, like I said, I wasn't in a relationship with intimately or anything. It was troubling just for them, but to have somebody around your life that actually is, they know you've got faults, they know that you're a mess, they know that where you are could potentially hurt them, and they're just looking at you and going, you're beautiful. Can we just sit together? Do you have advice for me? No, I don't have advice. I just want to sit with you. You're going to figure it out. You're going to know what to do. You don't need me to tell you. But can we just sit together? Because you're worth it. And you're going to connect the pieces yourself. You're going to be able to connect what you are and what you need to do. And you might think you're making mistakes, but you're not. You're actually being birthed. And what comes out of that is somebody who's strong. But when you don't turn to and enable off the pain breaks you. And for me, I had a hard heart. I didn't feel. I'd lost feeling. I didn't feel fear. Fear didn't really exist in my life because I'd learnt to conquer it. But some fear is healthy, and I had to learn healthy fear. Well, I had to not learn it, but as I broke, healthy fear came. Fear of a woman. But in a good way. Not fear of, oh dear, what is she? But fear of going, wow, I feel intimidated by this person, but I feel safe. And I'm saying a lot to sort of say, there's journeys for all of us in what life is facing, but you can take the choice and you can make the choice of falling into victim, or looking at this as a great opportunity to reset and to be anything you want to be. I feel like at my age, midlife, I've been handed a new gift of life. I have all the experiences of my past to build on. I have relationships of my whole life to build on, and as I'm launching out and have been for a while now into different things, I am in awe of the beauty of some of the things around life. I've taken the time to step back from life and just enjoy. Can just walk on the beach, can be with people that want to be there, to be life. Your invitation's the same. And again, let go. You don't need advice. You don't need someone to tell you what to do. You know what to do. Trust yourself. Give it to the divine. And trust the intuition and the movement of what's in your life. And flow with it. But what if I make a mistake? No, you won't. Because life is in you. So no matter what gets thrown at you, you are surrendering to the divine. You are following the peace. You're learning as the first steps in your life how complete you really are, how special you really are, how beautiful the inside of you really is. And for the first time in your life, instead of having to have the reassurances of everything in your life, you're going to trust yourself, you're going to trust your spirit, you're going to trust what you know inside, and you're going to walk with it. Because in the past you want to tell everybody or have others help you and guide you. And time to grow up. Make those decisions yourself. You're growing up and making those decisions yourself, as I did and have to and have continued to. And the beauty of that is it becomes where when adversity and struggles come, it actually empowers you, gives you strength instead of taking your strength. So, friend, I don't know, I just sort of share a bit of heart there, but no matter what comes your way, you can do it. You can do it. Don't fall into that dark tunnel of victim thinking. You know, you can blame somebody else the rest of your life, and you will never live your life again. Let go. Take responsibility yourself. And if it gets down to taking an hour by hour in your life, take it, because you will get to 2 hours. You will get to 1 day. You will get to 2 days. You will get to a week. You will get to having a hope and a future. But it's all letting it go and let yourself be reinvented. You know what? There's nothing wrong with being anything God creates on you, on the inside of you. Time to live. Time to live. Live what you've never lived before, because you're safe here. God bless. Let it be.